Good Morning Texas Home and Wealth, sponsored by Rodney Anderson with Supreme Lending.
The housing market is back in full swing, and our mailbox is overflowing with viewers' questions about loans, mortgages, and leases. So our mortgage expert, Rodney Anderson, is here to answer those questions. You ready to get to it?
Good morning, Shannon. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, so Dennis from Plano, he is saying, my wife and I are building a home, and it will be ready in 6 months. We received a contract on our home, and the buyers are asking us to do a leaseback. Are there any rules on leasebacks that we need to be aware of, Rodney?
Yeah, a leaseback is where you stay in the home. You sold your home, but you stay in the home for a period of time. Most leasebacks are 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, and we're seeing even 30-day leasebacks where the seller of the property could stay in there. But the rule is you have to have the buyer buying your house has to occupy that property normally within a 60-day period of time. So a lot of people that are building homes think they can sell their home and they'll lease back for 6 months, but that future buyer has to occupy that property for within 60 days. So most people in that situation will have to double move.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're seeing this a lot. A lot of people are doing new construction. These builders continue to extend the closing dates out. I was in a builder's model a while back, and they were telling people 14 months to build a home.
Wow. Okay, so that's really, really good to know. Good question, Dennis. Well, Susie from Prosper says, I'm looking to buy a home around $330,000, and I have a credit score of 680. 680.
Yep.
I filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy 2.5 years ago and would like to know what loan programs are available.
Yeah, most of the time you're going to have 3 loan programs available, or 3 potential loan programs. One is called a VA loan, which if you're a military veteran, you would be eligible to get a VA loan because you have to have a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, has to be at least 2 years old. An FHA loan, that is a 3.5% down loan, and you can borrow up to $334,650. So that would fit into Susie's price range. That requires the bankruptcy to be 2 years old on the Chapter 7. But on a conventional loan, you would have to wait about another year and a half because on a conventional loan, you have to wait up to 4 years after a Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
Now, Billy is coming to us from Richardson. He says that my partner and I have lost 8 homes to bidding wars. If we decide to overbid, are there any rules or risks that we need to be prepared for?
Yeah, unless you get in the housing market, unless you're in it on a daily basis and all that, you don't know. It is a freak show out there. It really is, where buyers are coming in. One of my clients put their house on the market on Friday. They have 35 showings on Saturday and 18 offers. And what's happening is many of these are overbidding. So on a $450,000 house, in order to get it, you have to bid $470,000 in some of the situations. So what do you do with that extra $20,000? If the house does not appraise for $470,000, let's say it appraises only for the $450,000, which is the listing price, you have to come up with the other $20,000 or have to renegotiate with the seller for them to lower the price. But many sellers are putting in the contract that the buyer will make up the difference. So you not only would have to have that $20,000, you would have to have your normal down payment. Shannon, this is happening every single day on almost every single house people are buying.
So you really got to know what's going on before you jump in there. Christina from Burleson, she is saying, I am under contract on a new home and my lease is up in 30 days. I am hearing there are delays with the new, is it TRID rule?
Yep. TRID is Truth in Lending RESPA Integrated Disclosures. This has put major delays on many lenders out there. Realtors are scared. The average closing date nationwide has went from 45 days to 50 days. Now, we're closing our purchase transactions in as little as 15 days. But a lot of lenders, I had a gentleman yesterday under contract to close March 27th. He picked up the phone. He thought the easy way to go was his bank, and they quoted him 40 days to close. So what good does 40 days do if you got to close by March 27th? Ask realtors, ask lenders, how long is it taking you to close your loans? And it doesn't matter what their rate is if they're taking 40 days. So best rate doesn't mean anything if you can't close on time.
Good questions. Thank you so much. For answers to your questions about a new mortgage or refinancing, call Rodney at 1-800-EXPRESS or log on to rodneyanderson.com.